This a Batman tune. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. I already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they sing about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbill move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cold, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the best. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximum. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Yeah.
Come, good.
Come.
Go on. That's fine. You go. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom, this is the I.S.U.P.K out of 125 Harlem Street, New York, under the direction of Commander General Anna, and this is Monday History Class Breakdown. Our topic will be, how do we become the children of Israel? And in present day time, we are still not accepted. People, they fail to accept that we are the children of Israel and still wanted to make it look like those people in Jerusalem are the real children of Israel when they are not.
That's right.
So as we proceed, Monday is History Class Breakdown, Tuesday is Brotherhood, Wednesday is Scripture Breakdown, and Thursday is Law Class, and Friday is Lashwan Kodash. So for each day, we do have a different reader and a different teacher. So you can tune in from 7 till 9, and that's for the class. That's for the introduction. My name is Mosa. I'm a Hafiz of 50, and this will be my first class. So kind of take time.
That's right. Come on.
I'm just trying to ease myself gently into the position. Okay. I'm gonna do the review.
No, sir. Go ahead.
If you want. Is it okay for you to give me Genesis 7 verse 9?
Car.
I know you're fit for this position. You don't make your position get to you that you can.
17 and 9.
Genesis 17 verse 8. Sorry.
Genesis 17 verse 8. And I will give thee and thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession.
Okay.
And I will be their God.
Pause. So you see, God has chosen these people from the beginning, even before the world began.
That's
He
right.
has chosen these people to be a special people unto him.
That's right.
And continue this day, he say he still love us. So wherever we are scattered, even though his anger destroys heritage, he still love us today and
That's
continually to guide over us. He will not utterly destroy us because he has a covenant with us, and we continue to try our best to raise up ourselves out of this world, to adhere ourselves to the covenant, even though we are under so much pressure in this world, to look the other way and to cast off our God, the God of the children of Israel, and to take on all of these idol worshiping religions, and to use our sisters and our wives and our daughters like prostitutes in this world. This history only belongs to us, that we should keep all of this laws, statutes, and commandments given to us because it's a duty.
That's right.
It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's a lifelong duty.
That's right.
And we must keep it and adhere to it no matter what circumstances, because this, without us in this world cannot go on. The world was only made for our sake. If we go to if just for reference, if we should go to 2 Ezra 6 verse 54, when the prophet asked, if the world be made for our sake.
Oh, yeah. 6 and 54, yeah?
6 and 54. So you see, this is our lifelong duty, and we must adhere to it. And in every circumstances, we can put all of the material things and desire of the world aside. Let this be our 24-hour job. If you sleep, sleep the laws. And if you wake, wake the laws.
That's right.
And if you eat, eat the laws. That's the only way we're going to come back perfect, to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, to adhere to what our God desires of us. And he will raise us up again to take our rightful position.
2 Ezra 6:54. And after these Adam also, who thou madest Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also, who thou hast chosen. All have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made us the world for our sakes.
So you see, this is not our opinion. Where the brother is reading from, he's reading from the book called the Apocrypha. And the scripture he's directly reading from is the book of Esdras, 2nd Esdras 6 verse 54. And he's telling you, this was written long before we were even considered to be upon conceived in our parents' womb.
That's right.
The earth was already designed before we was even considered to be here.
That's right.
So when you hear people talking about this this Big Bang theory, it's rubbish. And if it was even a Big Bang, that's what word say, it has to be an organized bang to be so perfect.
That's right.
Look at it. If you look at the amount of water we have many different type of waters: fresh water, salt water, sweet water, and it come in many forms.
That's right.
Look at a cane. A cane have sweet water, and we call it cane juice, but it's water. If you look at a coconut have water in it, and it's different from the normal water that you go and pick up at the river.
That's right.
You definitely have to harvest that one from the coconut or from the sugar cane. So you see, all of this Big Bang foolishness that they come up with, they cannot explain to you why the Big Bang done everything so perfect. A cow don't eat human, but human eat a cow.
That's right.
So how is it then? All of this teaching in the school are telling you, teachers in school are telling you about Big Bang theory. A man don't just get up today and born as a man, and then later on he transfers over to a woman, like you have say I'm a caterpillar, turn butterfly. No, you're born a man, you grow a man, and you pass through the passage of life as a man.
That's right.
So this Big Bang theory, put it aside. The Bible already refutes all of this foolishness, because no man that born up on the earth can really tell you when he's born if his parents don't tell him that, okay, you're born on this day at this hour. You have no sense of understanding until you grow up, and they groom it into your head to tell you, okay, you're born on this day, and this is what you're identified by along with this name. Okay? So as it is written in 2nd Ezra 6, the world was made for our sake, and because we are the children of Israel, we're going to even go to another scripture to show you. Deuteronomy 7 verse 6.
God. Deuteronomy. Water. Water?
No.
Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Come on. You know what? Thou art an holy people means special. You cannot have something, a multitude of things, and don't have something in it special.
That's right.
God created everything, and you tell me that he don't have the right to choose something special for himself?
That's right.
Come on, man. He made many mountains. He chose Mount Zion.
That's
he
right.
make many rivers. He chose River Jordan. He make many trees. He chose the olive tree, and he compared us to the olive tree. He speak about us as the olive branch that broken off,
That's
but
right.
we will come back in the last days to our heritage, to join to the root, and the root is Christ. And until this present day, you cannot stand with us and to debate with us, tell us who we are. Those days are over. That slave manipulation, it's refuted now. We are the children of Israel. We have found our identity that they have tried spend millions and billions to hide from us. But this day, God has raised us up again. All the brothers that see out there battling in the street, and the sister in the background giving support. We have found who we are. We have come out of the world. Don't take our word for it. Come to the class.
That's right.
Come and see for yourself, and then you can make a decision. So at least when Christ calls on you on the day of reckoning, you cannot say that we didn't call you in or we put you out. No, we are here to welcome you with open arms, as Christ said. He has welcomed us with open arms. This day is the day that the Lord has sent, that we, the brothers who have put on everything of the world and decide to come back to our heritage. Isn't that a wonderful thing for us to do? We will reap the reward. Wouldn't you like to know that the day of reckoning, you shall reap your reward and you'll be rejoicing instead of you're in the pit of mourning and making all kind of excuses that you think is going to impress the Most High? No, it won't. He know your thoughts before you even think it. That's why he tell you, he direct your foot, but your thoughts belong to you. So, can you continue?
God, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
A special people.
That's right.
Very special. If you have something that you really cherish, it's special to you. God has a people that he really cherish, and they are special to him.
That's right.
And the word special is holy, separate. All of these things apply to us.
That's right.
But nobody wants us to admit that we are the people. They want us to say, oh, everybody is equal. Why are we equal to everybody and everybody is treating us so bad?
That's right.
Eh? You cannot treat something that you cherish bad. You say we are at the bottom, that's fine, because you cannot build a house from the roof. You have to build it from the foundation. So Christ built us from the foundation up by giving us the laws, statutes, and commandments, that the other nation who see us will see us as an example and want to follow. But if we continue to live in this world and the way we are living like the other nation Gentiles, then what example are we setting for anybody to follow? Is this Israelite no man follow after? Yes, it is. But that doesn't mean we can't turn around and become a wise and understanding people. But we have to prepare to give up the things of this world, which is nothing at all. Ain't nothing left in this world for you to experiment with. Because there are many brothers coming all over the earth, gathering themselves, and they are coming out at more terrible and desolate tribulation than some of you even can even imagine. Some coming from prison, some coming from drugs addict,
That's right.
some coming from some serious robbery. Some don't even grow up with their parents, so they go through a long line of abuse until they come adult and can care for themselves. So sometimes you complain, you ain't got nothing sensible to complain about. Hear somebody else's story and you will understand that your story don't even mean nothing. Not even worthy of even hear time. But this history class is telling you today that we must gather ourselves. We are in the last days, not the last hour, not the last minute, the last days. And days are plurals. When we say days, it means plurals. So we cannot give an exact time, nor exact minute, nor exact hour. But this history class is a guide for us that our ancestors who have kept these last statutes and commandments have make sure it is preserved under the powers of the Most High, that you can come and see for yourself and start being manipulated by the other nation, tell you that we are equal. How can we be equal when God said we are a special people?
That's right.
Everything that is special, it gets special treatment.
That's right.
Wouldn't you want to come and get your full portion of special treatment? I want mine, and if you don't want yours, I'll take yours too. So basically, I'm happy that I can sit here tonight. You know how far I travel from just to come to present this to you? 1.5 hour drive, and I'll do it over and over again because it's worth it.
That's right.
I am not ashamed of this, and I am not ashamed of my past of being the offspring of a slave, because it was worth it. When God says, I'll punish you because you are my people, and my people, I will regather you again in these last days, and you shall never be scattered again to any other nation to rule over you. They have served us to themselves and demoralize us in every possible way. All the bywords they can come up with and say all manner of evil. Even if sometimes you're going to the shop and you're spending the same money, they try to treat you. They want to put the money on the counter, not even want to touch you. Not knowing that you are cleaner than them, you are holier than them, you are special than them.
Right.
But in their head, because this is their world and they have a little material possession, not knowing that the material possession that they have belong to you.
That's right.
They are only borrowing it for a time. Don't forget, when we were leaving Egypt, we borrowed a lot of money from them Egyptians. We didn't give them back. So in this world, we're going to take what belongs to us, because the Gentiles shall come, Because the gate of heaven shall be left open, and the Gentiles shall bring our forces. All of that they have and enjoying it. It's come like you're playing your friend toys. You want to carry it home, but you know it's a hard job because it's going to cry and it's going to create a problem. So they're going to cry when they are losing all of their material possession and realizing that the people they were looking down on, the people they were saying all kind of bad things about and treating them bad, are your future gods.
That's right.
We are your slave masters in the
That's
future.
right.
That is the reason why I'll drive 100 miles just to come and present this to you, because I'm happy that I found my heritage and I'm helping you to open your eyes to come back to your heritage so you can benefit from the things to come. All of these brothers are put on the things of this world. They drink, they smoke, they put it away because they realize no, it's against what their father requires of them. Show me one man that ever changed his life to be a perfect human being and want to go back to the hard suffering that he. No man would want to do that. So I'm telling you, we have made great sacrifice. And when we step out in the street to do this work, we don't have to go back home.
That's right.
It's just the mercy of God that bring us back home. And we give thanks. Some of us, yes, it might be in Birmingham, it might be in London. But after we come to Birmingham from London, a lot of us have a far journey to drive back home. But the mercy of God guide us there.
That's right.
And nobody is going to turn us away from this. If you check the amount of years that you're upon the earth, and God has gracefully blessed you and protect you from a lot of things you don't even know would happen, but you can't even spend half an hour to give thanks. Look, it makes no sense fighting for the things of this world when they are temporary, and greater things are there and better things are there.
Right.
This is what you see in the world. You think it's good yet? Wait until we go back. Marble stone, the Bible tells you the stone that is going to build our kingdom is going to have like colors of rainbow in it. Can you imagine that? Like crystals. Look at the man today who owned the jewelry store of the earth, the Indians and the fake Jews. God says, why do you wear the tarmac of heaven around your neck? Can you imagine that they are wearing your kingdom tarmac around their neck and selling it in shop like they think they have the best thing selling? No, they haven't. When you put their face on it and walk on it, then that's going to be the best thing.
That's right.
You see us out there on Saturday in that brawl? We are sticking up for your kingdom to come.
Right.
And we put ourselves on it. You don't think we have women and children who love us and want to see us come on? But we have to put that aside because we know the next kingdom is going to be the best thing that ever come upon the earth.
That's right.
So we are willing to do the groundwork. And whilst God said the angels are there protecting us, we will be out there again doing the work. Every brother put a hand to it and has never regretted it. So today, this history of we bringing the children of Israel to you and identifying them that nobody else can come and brainwash you and tell you, oh, don't believe what they're saying. Come to the class. If you want somebody to pay your fare, as long as you come, pay your fare and bring the ticket. We will give you back the money. I will take it out of my pocket and give you. Just to prove to you that you are a holy people. You are a special people. And God's still waiting on you to come. He said we must go in the highways and byways. Can you find a scripture?
Come.
So when you see us out there, we don't just go out there to get attention for people to look at us. No, we go out there to do the work and we're not looking back.
Come. Luke 14:23. And the Lord said unto his servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them that my house may be filled.
You see, right? God says we must go out in the highways and byways and compel them. This is the biggest wedding procession that will ever happen on the earth.
That's right.
And we will be rewarded for this work. Maybe not in this life, but when we come back, and we come back every 4 generations. So all of this wedding that is going on and this squabbling among the other people that don't want to know who you are, because if you are at the bottom and you're ignorant, they feed and thrive on your ignorance of not knowing who you are. And you will not want to accept who you are. But look at the history. From 1969, these brothers, officers, teachers, troopers, captains, and priests above us, they have not turned back and have used looked unto us. Why? They have found something beautiful. They have found something that their ancestors have left that is worth holding on to.
That's right.
No money can buy this, because you cannot buy the word of God.
That's right.
When you go into a church and the pastor is telling you to pay for a prayer, sow a seed faith, what kind of faith you're going to get if you can't read the Bible and find faith in it? A prayer from a pastor who is only there to prostitute himself on the pulpit for money? Your son, the pastor, is a prostitute for money. He's no different from the prostitute at the roadside trying to make a living. He's just reading in church. And because he get a C1, a C4 license to do it, he's proud, he's arrogant, and he's not backing down because he know that he want that money and he have you. I don't. So, teaching this history about who you are, who your ancestors were, we are here to let you know that you were something more than all the other nations. One of you come back home to God, worth more than 10,000 of those Gentiles in the streets scrabbling for the material possession. God loves you only. And because of this, the jealousy rage on. When God put out a decree and says, if you can count the stars of the sky, he will put away the children of Israel from being his people. What they say? They said, galaxy, can you count the stars of the sky? And he said, oh, it's millions upon millions upon millions. You would not know. That's the challenge, the decree that God put out there. When they say Russia have the deepest borehole, which is 7.5 miles long in the earth, you would not know that that borehole is challenging what God says. If you can measure out the depths of the earth, then he will cast us away from being his people. So we're going to read a scripture on it where God says,
Jeremiah 31:35. Thus says the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves roll thereof. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, says the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall cease from being a nation for me forever.
You see how important you are to the God who created the heaven and the earth. They had a nation because they have their God and they love their God. It doesn't matter how they position themselves to pray to their God. They are so prideful of doing that. Why can't you have the same pride in praising your God and not letting them tell you who you should serve? Ye know that their God has no power, no vice, because their God is cut out of wood and stone.
That's right.
Your God is the God of ancient days. You must come to understand that this God has put out a decree that he loves you and no other nation can replace you. He might punish you, whichever loving father or parents punish a child, but he has not cast you away. So what is wrong with you just making that time for him? He only asks you for one day. He gave you 7 days out of the week and he only asks you for one day. What's wrong with giving him that one day? He provides all the things you need, food, clothes, shelter, and he only asks you for one thing in return. Keep the Sabbath holy. You are a special people. The Sabbath is special for you. So what's wrong with you just doing that for him? It's not hard. See, we are a living example. So if it was hard, we wouldn't be here. You can come and you can do it likewise. Nobody's going to rush you into things. You're going to slowly immerse yourself into it. And we are there to coerce you as patient and as tolerant as God is with us. That's how we're going to apply it to you. I'm here. I come into the world.
That's right.
I used to do some serious things in the world. But does it worth it in the end? No. If you get up one day and look into your situation and say, what have I done for my God yesterday? But yet still he wake me up this morning. I must be a very special person for him to continue to wake me up. What does he require of me? He's not going to give something that you cannot do. He's going to make sure somebody is there to teach you and you slowly apply it to yourself. And you see, it becomes so easy. Just like when you're a baby, before you walk, everybody hold you by your two hands and drag you around the place until your legs then get stronger and then you can start chasing them around the place. So being the children of Israel is something special. Being the children of the God who created the heaven and the earth. Come on, man. Out of all the people of this world, he chose you. Wouldn't you be happy to know? I have seen loads of people come up and says they would give their foot just to be one of these chosen people of God. And you are there messing around. Come on, cut out the kitty flamox and let's get into this. Because we ain't got long, you know. We might think we have, but we don't. Our salvation is closer than, can we find a scripture? Our salvation is closer than we think. So basically, we are just wasting time trying to gather all the things that won't help us in the time of tribulation. Are you going to take up your house and run? Are you going to drive your car to where? A safe place and you can hide it? No. That won't be no good to you.
Romans 13:11. And that know the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
And I have just told you, our salvation is nearer than we believe. Is that my word? This was even written long before I was even conceived to come upon the earth. So all of these things, the book, the Bible, is the manual of the earth. You don't think God is going to have a blueprint before he made the earth? To make sure all the lines and plumb lines have dropped perfectly? And all the rivers are placed in the right place as they're supposed to play to supply water to the plains and to the valleys? If you are that special, why can't you just spend a little time to show God that you appreciate what he's doing for you? It ain't much, you know. You don't have to spend a whole day. Just before you climb down off your bed or climb up onto your bed, say a prayer. Give thanks. He's not charging you to pray.
Keep those such commandments as well.
You see, when you pray, it slowly immersing you into reading the Bible, keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, and these are the things that will make you perfect and feel happy. Happy. You know how when we come from all corners of England to come into Birmingham to meet these other brothers and sisters, and we sit down and have a good time. When you go on your way home, that is the thing that play on your mind and make you know that really and truly, with all the accidents and all the problems happening on the earth, I've made my way to the school and meet the other brothers and sisters who are determined to hold us together. And then making it back home to see your family still alive and everything is still okay. Isn't that something that you're really glad to be a part of? And I am glad, and I'm inviting you. Come and see for yourself, because no party out there isn't as good as this one.
That's right.
No preacher out there can preach a sweeter word than what God writes.
That's right.
Because they have to water it down to convince you. God give it to you exactly as it is. We giving it to you exactly as it is written in the book.
Right.
We don't water down words. Neither we don't polish up our speech. If he says, raise your voice like a trumpet, we're going to raise our voice like a trumpet. And he says, spare not, then we're going to spare not. Because if we don't do it the way he says, we will be held accountable for it. And I'm sure don't want to held accountable because of your ignorance. A pastor once said to me, he's keeping Christmas dinner, I should come to the church. I went to the church and I look and I see a Christmas tree. And I said, do you tell these people that they are the children of Israel and they must not celebrate Christmas? The pastor said he's doing it for the older people. So I asked him, if you are doing it for the older people, that means that you don't care about what God says. You must tell the older people, and look, you people have not studied the Bible and passed down this word to us that we should know that we must not participate in the things of this world. But then you want me to go in front of God and take on responsibility to answer to him for keeping you in sin? Well, in this class, we will not and will never participate in Christmas. The abominable things of this earth, we should part it from us. Part ourselves from it then. If it's too much for you, ask a brother and a sister to help you. Pull yourself away from it. I am going to tell you something about this generation. We are a generation who get everything easy. Children of the 70s, they have it a little bit better than the children of the 60s. The children of the 80s, they still step out a little bit easier. But the children of the 90s, oh my life, they're immersed into the something more wicked, more dreadful, more abominable than we could ever think. The things. Can you give me abominable things?
Quote it.
I'm trying to. Nothing man made for the man. It says, it's in Jeremiah 10 verse 5. Jeremiah 10 verse 5.
Jeremiah 10 verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree.
Can you go up a little bit further? Maybe 2 verse up. I wonder if you know that the Christmas and the abominable days.
Oh, possible. Jeremiah 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
You hear what he says? Jeremiah 10 verse 5. Learn not the ways of the heathen. So why do we find ourselves so happy and so comfortable, even when these heathens are insulting you, are making a mockery of you and your God? You still want to be happy among them. Is that something a holy people should be practicing? Is that something a holy people do to set a good example that the other nation might be jealous? No, we don't.
Come. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
You see, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them.
That's right.
What do you see the heathens do? They bow down and they worship the star, the moon, and everything. Some of them find they say when there's too much stars and they can't count them or name them, they start bowing down to cows, goat, sheep. They start worshiping every living thing we can move.
That's right.
That is not enough for them. They carve out of things out of wood and stone to worship it. You should not even think of putting yourself down so low as they do, to say they are worshiping something that their hands have made, when the God who made the heaven and the earth is the God who you should be worshiping and should be happy, because he will move mountains for you. He has destroyed nation already for you, just to make an example to show you that there's no limit to what he will do. Remember when Abraham, wife Sarah, would not get pregnant? And when the angels come and speak to Sarah, to Abraham, Sarah laughed. And God said to Sarah, why do you laugh, Sarah? Is there anything too hard for me to do? So when you come back to your God, is there anything hard that he can't do for you?
That's right.
Nothing in this world can cleave to you when you cleave to your God. As long as it's abomination, it will flee from you. Fasting brings you closer to God. Reading the Bible is the mind of God. Join us and learn, because we won't charge you like the Christian church do. You don't have to worry about coming, oh, I'm going to have to put my last money in the offering plate. We don't want your money. We want you to join God's army and get the reward you deserve. Aren't you tired of being insulted? Aren't you tired of fighting to keep on top of the bills? Aren't you tired of living like a tenant in somebody's house, and when the rent is due, they want to come and humiliate you in front of your neighbor? When you come to God, remember, no children that serve the Most High has ever go to beg bread. Ask any one of these brothers, if they lose a job today, they get back a job tomorrow.
That's right.
They will never be in the street begging bread. And if they call the school and say, I'm short of this, somebody secretly gonna lend them some money. And they will be happy, because you don't hear it on the church, that in the street, that oh, he owes me money, and this, not like in the Christian church, where they mumble among each other and cuss among each other about money and the things that they do for their sister and their brother. In this, we don't complain about things like that. We do it and we just forget about it, because we are doing a thing called brotherly love, sisterly love, a family love, a nation love. And we need to come back and love our nation of people. The only people that God says, Zephaniah 2. Even women has the word, which you can get it.
Oh yeah, that's not 2-1. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
What did God say? Gather yourselves together, O nation. He not say all people of the earth. He say a nation of people that he has chosen to be his people, which we have already tell you in the book of Deuteronomy 7:6. He said we are holy people. We are a nation of holy people, special people above all people that dwell upon the face of the earth. So when they are telling you that God loves everybody, give them the scripture and tell them to break it down to you.
That's right.
The pastor in the church will play games around you, run circles around you with his fancy words and his polished lies. We cannot do it in here, because we know we have a God to answer to. And that God is not going to play hypocrite with us. He says we must teach this to our kids. We must teach this to our brothers and sisters, so they come to know that he is the God, and that's the only God we, the children of Israel, must serve. Can you imagine you going out to the forest, chopping a piece of wood and carving it out into something, and see in front of it burning incense and saying all kind of mumbo jumbo? That don't make no sense, because it won't answer you.
That's right.
But the God of heaven will give you an answer.
That's right.
If you're out in the street, he will show you signs. Somebody might just randomly walk up to you and say something, and your mind reflect back on something that was said to you before. God show us every day the way that we should walk. And why are we still going around following the broad road to destruction? This is the narrow road that we have found, and we are ready to shuffle up and squeeze up on this narrow road to go down to our God, where we should worship him in Jerusalem. Be not ashamed to come out of the Christian church, because they ain't teaching nothing except for molestation, and the pastor having his eyes on your daughter and your wife. And even your sons, because some of them pastor boy, I don't know what kind of demons upon them, but they want to bring that to you and to teach your children. This issue that we are teaching you, we are telling you to be holy, be clean, be separate. Put away the things that the other nation has used to entice you, because they are just temporary and they are amounting to your own destruction. Can you imagine your son coming home and telling you, Dad, this is my friend, and we are going up to your bedroom? Is that something you should be telling your children as history? No. Your history is to do what your God says. Worship your God the way he said you must worship him, in spirit and in truth. if there's a brother or a sister out there who would like to ask a question about this issue that we are breaking down, please put in your question online.
That's right. Come on.
So we are here this evening, and we only have 2 hours, but we're gonna put as much as we can in these 2 hours. Take your time with me. This is my first class. So please, any question, don't be afraid to ask. So as we continue to read Zephaniah 2 verse 1.
Zephaniah 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
So all we are here to do is try to gather you together. We ain't forcing you, we just coercing you with these words so you can go and do your own research and find out, are we lying? No, we don't have the time for that. Those energy, we don't have the kind of energy to spend doing rubbish. We are doing the work of the Most High, our God, just to make you know that you can do it just the same. It's not hard. It have a little challenge because you're going to have to make adjustment to your life and to your lifestyle and to your diet and to your finance. But it's not hard because you are doing this now to be a better person in the future. And when your kingdom come, you will be doing it perfectly. So all of that we are doing is to make you know that we are human beings, too, and we can come out of the wickedness of this world.
That's right.
And we can stay out of the wickedness of this world. Because we don't want you to come in and test this and run back out. No, you don't like it. You will like it because it's something good. And we have found comfort in this, not in the things of this world. Don't forget, we do stumble at times. Ask any brother here when the problem comes. It's a part of the stumbling. But we are there to help them back up and to encourage them. Stay on track, brother. This is not forever. It may be long, but it's not forever. So if you can proceed down to verse 3.
Come. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth.
Hold on. So you see, he's still calling you the special people. Right? You are the meek of the earth. You even call it the apple of his eyes. Can you imagine you see a ripe apple in a tree or somewhere? And you just can't wait to get your hands and your teeth into that apple. God see you as something so special. He refer to you as the apple of his eyes. And I'm happy. I am proud that I can say I am happy to be one of God's chosen people and the apple of his eyes.
That's right.
So if you see us out there doing the work, don't come fighting us. We are trying to raise you up that your kingdom, the only kingdom that will reign forever, can rise. And that we as a people who've been oppressed from nation to nation, from kingdom to kingdom, don't you want to rest? All of us here in this class would like to rest and to see the greatness that we have done and be rewarded. Come join us. It's nothing hard. It's challenging because we have to make adjustment. And we continue to make good adjustment. Ask any one of these brothers you see on the street anytime. What did you give up for the world? He'll tell you everything because there's nothing left in this world. The nice car, that's temporary. That's just a piece of recycled material that come back. Recycle and you put it back and you make it shiny. Eh?
That's right.
The money that you want to kill your own brother for in the same postcode area. Remember, they print money, they can't print life.
That's right.
It's only a man and a woman that can make life. But you are killing your own brother for postcode money. And who is going to respect you? The same low life people who you think say have any respect for you. They're going to set up to take it from you just to say you take it from somebody else. But remember, this word stands. And God says, before the heaven and the earth pass away, if one of these words, if I know
What?
not one jot, not one tittle.
Come.
Before this word pass away, heaven and earth will pass.
That's right.
So if you're going to kill your brother, or you're going to kill a sister for a man, or you're going to kill a sister for material possession, where you going to take it? When you're in a dying bed, what you're going to say? You're sorry. Well, too late is it? Too late will be a cry. because you're going to have to answer to the Most High for destroying his special people. And like the other nation like to ridicule and destroy us, not knowing that their judgment is going to be double what they do to us. Okay, God tell you double for their trouble, and I'm going to enjoy my double reward. Read.
Come on. Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
You understand? So if you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, which is the history of your people keeping these things, you will be all right. When all the war is breaking out in the earth, you, the meek, will be safe. You will be protected. You will be watched over, just like our shepherd watch over his sheep. What did God say to us? We are the sheep of his pasture.
That's right.
Enter into his place with thanksgiving. Know ye that the Lord is God. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you will see the benefits of it. We here can testify that we have never failed anything that we go out to do. We put the word out there. We go out there and provide for our family. We don't have to beg. Neither do we have to go out to borrow and to bring embarrassment on our family. God provide for us.
That's right.
When you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, you don't need to worry about everything. God knows everything you need, and he will provide it for you. You just have to get up as a man and work for it.
That's right.
Work towards it.
For verily, I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
Okay. One jot. It doesn't matter how small it is. If you can call it dust jot or one tittle. Can you imagine that? One of these words alone never make up the hurt, but not even a tittle from it can pass without it being fulfilled. Our heaven and earth. You see how big the hurt is? The word can't even feel the hurt. But one little one of these, that's like a link from a chain, pass out of this word, and it's not being fulfilled, the heaven and the earth will pass away. And you, who are the apple of God's eyes, don't want to get up and come and keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Others have done it to show you it can be done. We are doing it now to show you in these last terrible days, we can still keep the laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And the history is keep the laws. We are the people of Israel.
That's right.
We are the chosen children. We supposed to be setting the example. We are the light of the world. Even though the world wanted us to turn our light into darkness because their world is dark and hopeless and is coming to the destruction. They want you to join in with them. But remember, God has chosen you to be that special people that he has loved before the earth and the world was even created. The blueprint of this was already made, that you are the chosen people. And he told you why in Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. Because you said you would keep his laws. Not because you're a big nation of people, but you are the smallest. Because there were 7 mightier nations than you.
That's right.
But he has chosen you. And he has not changed his mind up till this day, no matter what problem we fall into. He still forgive us. We even was so afraid of God that we said, let Moses speak to us. Because if you speak to us, we're going to die. And Moses did go, and Moses did reconcile with God and speak to him. And he said, okay, tell them to do this. Tell them to do that. And we have done it, and we go back into his favor. And in these last days, can't you see we're doing the same thing? We're coming back into our history. We're coming back to who we were.
That's right.
Our own identity that nobody have to pin their names on us. And we walking around with people's name. Come to your history. You have nothing to lose and we have nothing to be ashamed. Because we will teach you. It's our duty to teach them that are. It's our duty to teach them that are young and naive of who they are, because people tell them that they are equal to them. We are all the same. We get in the same benefits. We have the same rights. In man laws, they can say we have the same right, but in God's laws, it's only the children of Israel that have the same rights.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you are Manasseh. It doesn't matter if you are Benjamite. It doesn't matter if you are a Levite. God only loves you. Him says, I am the God of the children of Israel. He didn't say of Judah alone. He didn't say of Benjamite. He said, I am the God of the children of Israel and none else. So you see, our history go all the way back before these heathens could even understand who we are. Because if we didn't break God's laws and fall into slavery, they wouldn't even know the powers that was guiding over us. King Solomon has done so much. And when he fall, if it wasn't for his fall, then these Gentiles wouldn't even understand the powers that was guiding him.
That's right.
But when we come back to this, we will be just as great. Here Christ says, we will be performing greater works than these. In the time of John, Luke, and all of them that was performing, Peter, Paul was performing great works. Healing, preaching, teaching. And he said, you will do greater works than these. Even if you have a little faith like a mustard seed. And we water in the mustard seed. That mustard seed could be in your mind. And when we start putting these words in your mind, it will hope in your mind for you to come back.
John 14:12. Verily I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do.
You see, Christ, the greatest man that ever walked the earth, is telling you, you're going to do greater works than that which he has done on the earth. He's going to give you the power to do that. Isn't that something good? Is that something worth fighting for? Look at Venus. Their fathers put in great work for them to become the champions of tennis.
That's right.
And they are so happy today that even they're monitoring them foolish still married into their slave master. Not even look for one of their own people to raise them up. And God, who created heaven and the earth, has given his son authority to tell you that you're going to do greater works than his son.
That's right.
I am ready to give my life for this one, because I know that greater works will benefit my children and my grandchildren.
That's right.
So, isn't this something that you think you can give up the world for? We have done it and we are doing it now. Look at the example that God is using us in these last days of tribulation. We don't care about the material things of this world. We give up all of that for this word. And this word, when this word come into you, it's like a fire, and an unquenchable fire, or the flame that was turned on low because of the ignorance of this world. When you hear these words and you realize the precepts upon precepts, the laws, statutes, and commandments, this flame has risen into you, and it's just like it cannot quench. Nothing that comes after that can take away this word from you, because your eyes are open, your mind is clear, and your intention and direction is right before you. The laws, statutes, and commandments must be kept. You are the children of Israel.
Right.
This is your history written. And remember, a lot of people died to preserve this word, that you can come and see it for yourself. You hear about these great men, Paul, John, Christ, Judah, all of these people, Jeremiah, he wept and asked, is Israel a servant? Is she a homeborn slave? That's all we are? No. But it's just to show you that out of all of this hardship shall come greater good. And we are doing this in the last days for you to come.
That's right.
Because we know that you're going to be happy. We know that you're going to find comfort. Because he said, come and, scripture, those that are heavily laden, come unto me. So we are telling you, we are not ashamed. So there's nothing to be ashamed in this. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed. Because this word kept us. It wakes us up in the morning. It guides us through the day. And when we come to slumber at home and see our family, it puts us to bed and still wake us up. So this word will never be tired. Neither shall we tire to do this work.
Ready? This is Matthew 12, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
See, we are working now because the rest is coming in the future. As long as we come back to our history, our heritage, our laws, our statutes, and our commandment, and the God who has destroyed kingdom for us. Can't you see the history of what he done to Egypt and many other nations? He has toppled them over just for you. Isn't this something good and worthy of coming back to? To know that you are taking the same position as your ancestors, Paul, John, Peter, Mark, Matthew, Luke, all of them fight for this gospel.
That's right.
And they died for this gospel.
That's
just
right.
that you can come and have it for free. So don't let your Sunday pastor, Sunday flitters come and tell you that you must pay for this. Freely you give, you receive, freely you shall give. But these pastors wanted to sow a seed faith for 10,000 for a prayer. If you want a blessing, but yet still their sisters and brothers in that church cannot pay their bills or pay for their medication.
That's right.
What's the point of that? Where's that money going? In here, we don't take people money. Whatever money you contribute, pay towards the bills and provide food. So when you come here, if you're hungry, you can have something to eat. And if you're going away, you can fill your bag with food. So, can you read on?
Sorry,
Can you read on?
We done it?
Yeah.
Okay. 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me.
Okay. You see, take my yoke, my laws, my statutes, and my commandments. It was for your history. So what is wrong with you coming back to your history? Why the other nation don't want you to know who you are? To know your own history, history of your ancestors, because they know that is something special.
That's right.
You are worthy of this. And be not ashamed, because there's nothing to be ashamed about this. It is more shameful to live the way you are living in the world than to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. These laws, statutes, and commandments cleanse you from the filthiness of the world, the abominable things that you find pleasure in. And the Most High says, come back to me, ye that are heavily laden, and I'll give you rest. Who would want rest from the tribulation of this world? And from your growing up, have you ever really seriously get a rest? If it's not hungry, it's some form of distress coming up on you.
That's right.
You don't have a decent clothes to wear. You don't have decent shoes to wear. You can't go out to enjoy yourself the way you would, because the world is against you. Everything in this world is against you. And you go out there thinking that you're having fun. You don't even realize your life hangs in the balance. There's no certainty that you might make it back home. But he promised, come unto me, ye that are heavily laden, and I'll give you rest.
That's right.
The rest that you're going to get, the other nation would wish that when they see you resting, they would be able to do that. No, because you have already paid the tribulation for this world. So your rest is worth it. And all that they have, they will be glad to give it to you just to enjoy your rest. But all we need to do is so simple. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. The history of it is written for us to follow. Don't let no pastor tell you to pay for them to pray for you. Or you have to sow in seed faith. Sow for a prayer. Who is going to perform that miracle in the prayer? The money that you pay? When God said you can come to him and pray to him by yourself without having to ask anybody to pay for your prayer? Come and know your history. The history of you being the children of Israel. The history of you being a special people. The history of you, or God, wanting you to come back to something beautiful. Every child would love the parents to stay together when they separated. Wouldn't you believe that your God wants you to come back to him? because it will make you happier? All we have to do is keep the laws. The laws guide us the right way to walk. The laws show us that God, this is what God requires of us. This law can only stand if you stand for it.
That's right.
The day you continue to lay down and worship the other nation God, then you know that you're insulting your God. You're insulting your nation of people and making a mockery of your own self, that the other nation will laugh at you and even join in to ridicule you, not knowing that you are the people who you should be ridiculing them. You should be making a mockery of them. But God says, thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen you to be a special people. What other people would God want to waste his time to seek after? Not the other nation. You, because your history is written that you are his children and none else. When you go to the book of Joel 2 verse 27, he go clearly enough to tell you.
I'm reading. Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
That's it. You see where he is? He's not with the other nation.
That's
and
right.
Don't think when he say Israel, he's talking about those people over in Jerusalem now. No, he's not with them. He's with you that he put into slavery. The old captivity of Israel went into slavery. We are still in slavery now. So we could not be those people over there getting on with that kind of madness that they are getting on with, destroying the kingdom of heaven. He says, you should know that I am in the midst of Israel. Read on.
Come. And that I, the Lord, your God, and none else.
See, he is the Lord, your God. You people are his heritage. The first love of his life. You, the children of Israel, are the history of his love. Has he ever shown you that he loved any other nation?
That's right.
No.
That's right.
All the history point right back to you being his first love, his fervent love, the apple of his eyes. And you tell me that you don't want to be such a special people. You rather live in the filthiness of this world. I'm telling you, when I come in this truth and I see Mashak Kobal Banyaman doing it in the street, I was amazed. And I say, I have to find what this is about. And when I find it, I find comfort more than I could ever even pay for.
That's right.
No, when you come into this now, man, the love I feel and the happiness you find, when you look back out in the world, you're asking yourself, what was I even doing out there? Was I gathering stones and thinking it's diamonds? This truth, it makes you feel so comfortable when you go to your bed at night. You sleep so comfortable to know that even when your eyes closed, the God of Israel watches over you. And no other nation you don't care about. 18 nations and you choose one to love. You choose one to be your people. And you black, so-called black people, black, Hispanic and Native Indians are still out there trying to compete with the other nation for their kingdom when your kingdom need to be rebuilt. This history only belongs to you. Gather yourself, O nation, not desire. The God of the heaven, the God of the children of Israel is telling you, you must gather yourself together, not the other nation. He tells you to separate yourself from them before the day of judgment. And if you don't, he promised that you will also feel the sword. Your fat will also be running off the sword because of your own ignorance. We are giving it our best shot to know that we have come out of this world. Looking back, nah. Ain't much out there to go back for anymore. When you're a child, you do what a child do. You play, you laugh, and you make all kind of gimmicks. But when you come to this truth and you look back out there, those childish, playful days ain't worth it. Keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments is worth it. Every minute of it. Every second of your day. When the test of these things come to you, you can overcome them. It's a great rejoicing in heaven. When one of you come home to God, heaven rejoice. And I'm happy that I did take my step to make heaven rejoice. That I would be able to do this under the direction of Krafia, Banyamian, and all of the other rest of brothers who come into this. They have showed us that this is worth doing. So be not afraid. Come to the school.
That's right.
Call the number you see on the flyers. We will sit down with you and we will show you. You don't have to believe us. Believe the word that was written long before us and long before you.
That's right.
Because this word will bring you comfort.
Come on.
Even when you go into the book of Psalms. Yeah.
Okay. And my people shall never be ashamed.
Can you imagine that? The God of Israel said, you can never be ashamed. It's not a dumb idol telling you that, you know. It's the God who created the heaven and the earth. So you should not be ashamed. Why? Because there's nothing too hard for him to do. There's no challenges that you can put before God that he can correct. Can you correct any problem for God? No. The book of the law. This is the book of your law, your history, your present problem, and your future. So what is wrong with you coming to this? You have tried every evil thing out in the world except the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Those who have found it will tell you it is better than anything you can ever possess or own. Let me use that one. The things that you have owned is worth nothing when you come and find that your people are the greatest people upon the earth, and the God who created the heaven and the earth only know you and love you and willing to destroy kingdoms for you. Even your father, when you get into problems, he will go out there and he will seek to rectify this problem, to make you feel happy again. Can you imagine the God who created the heaven and the earth, what he will do for you? He has shown you these examples before in Egypt and in many other countries that he have tackled. He's tackling Jerusalem with those fake Jews right now. That's for right. You. Nobody else. Whatever they are doing over there, and they are fighting to keep a kingdom that is failing rapidly. A kingdom that they did not build. They only go over there, inherit it, and destroy it. And God is breaking it down for you and cleaning it up for you.
That's right.
A special people. That is your land, your heritage, your present problem, and your future. So what's wrong with you coming into the world? Just to do that. Just to benefit from that. It ain't hard because we know that nothing is left in this world. Have you seen the type of food they've been feeding us? They have even now designed disease specifically to destroy one race of people. And they're so foolish. Without us, this earth cannot last. No nation will live upon this if we can't stand it. And God has shown you the same thing in Egypt. If you people cannot be comfortable in Egypt, he will destroy it. And he did destroy it and cast them out. Who is ruling Egypt now? The Ottoman Turks. Where are the real Egyptians that was oppressing you? They are run chasing all after a wild puss and everything to for dinner. Yeah? They have to run miles chasing wild puss for dinner. When they were living so happy and comfortable in luxury. But look at them now. Don't even know exactly who they are and what they hear. Everybody else is coming and taking on their history. Oh, Egypt belonged to this nation. Egypt belonged to that nation. Even us that has cast out of Jerusalem in 70 AD. Look at us. Every nation wants our heritage, but we don't want our heritage.
That's right.
Why can't we look into ourselves and realize that God is telling you, the God who made the heaven and the earth, who cannot lie, is telling you that you must come back to this because this was what your people were. And this is still here waiting on you to take it up and take over.
And back what he said about the heritage is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
You know what the brother says? Jeremiah
17:4.
17:4.
Read it again. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
Imagine that. Jeremiah 17:4 is quoting, even you shall discontinue from your heritage. Why can't you come back to your heritage if you know that you are discontinued from your heritage? The other nation want your history, your heritage. Look at how our women are dressing now. The other nation has taken over that immaculate style of dressing and say that they are the one who come up with it. Fringes on your clothes and all those nice styles and patterns that you used to wear on your headpiece and on your clothes. They are saying that they created it, and they are flaunting it in your face, knowing that it was a part of your heritage.
That's right.
And now look at us. A holy people has become the abominable people, and the abominable people has become like the holy people.
That's right.
Are you not ashamed of this world and the things that you are doing while the other nation are making a mockery of us? Coming back to this will change all of that. I am ashamed of the life I used to live, but I'm proud of the one that I have now.
That's right.
And the future is going to give me even a better one, because he shall mollify our wounds. Is there any balm in Gilead? Yes. God will balm us in Gilead. And this is the balm. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. because these will mollify our pains and our wounds. Our history has shown that we are the greatest people. Is there any greater sprinter in the world? That now they are even saying that all Jamaicans run on drugs.
I seen that. God, most of the time. I seen the other day they'll say that you vote so fast that they can't believe that
He's not on drugs.
That. So basically, what they're saying is, why can't we just be great? Why can't we just be great like what we are? There has to be a reason why a black man is so good.
Exactly, brother. We cannot be anything better than a drugs dealer.
God.
That's all which we have. And our daughters can never be anything more than women who reveal themselves in public. But yet still every nation still want to sleep with our sisters.
That's right.
Because they know that there's something there that they cannot physically take from us. So they rather physically humiliate us. I say, okay, look at what I'm doing with their women. And they're supposed to be a special people. But all we have to do is come back to this law. Our history shows that this law only belongs to us. And this history, we are willing to give up the world, the present things of this world to keep, because we know that it's worth something. Passing this down to your kids, they will know that it's worth something, and they will stay away from all the filthiness of the world. It doesn't matter who's going to ridicule them. They have been groomed and grown into this to know that they are something worth God effort. He's not going to say something and not keep his word. Show me in any part of history of the Bible that God has said something or sent out his word and his word come back unto him void. No. He is the God that directs all things, so his words cannot come back unto him void. The history of him destroying Egypt for the children of Israel. Show me which other nation has God destroyed Egypt for? None. He has destroyed the Assyrians. He has destroyed the Philistines. Even when Samson destroyed the Philistines, all that they could do is say, his God is with him, let us leave him. That's how great our people are. Until this day, God's still showing that our people is great. But this hypocrisy in society will always try to bring us down to say, oh, they're black. They don't want you to tell you that being black is beautiful, as it is written in the book of 1 Kings 5. Then King Solomon said, I am black but comely.
Songs of
Solomon 1 verse 5. So before they tell you that being black is beautiful, they're gonna tell you, oh, black is something sinful and ugly and all kind of things. They would not tell you you don't have any pigmentation is a curse.
That's right.
You having no pigmentation is a recessive genetic disorder.
Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black but comely.
How proud King Solomon was to say that he's black but beautiful.
That's right.
Black people are the historical people of God. This is our history. And it show you even in Jeremiah 14 verse 2, Judah mourned and the gates thereof languish. They are black. Being black is not just a color. It's a heritage. It go right back to even the angels are black.
That's right.
God is black.
That's right.
Christ is black.
Right.
And his people trickle down to be the black people. So this is your history. Be not ashamed of your color. Because this color, when some people cannot get what you have, they will say, oh man, you know that I have a parable in Jamaica that they always say, when the fox can't get the grape, he say it's sour.
Right.
They cannot keep a tan. They say it's bad to be black. So you must understand that this color is not just a color again, it's royalty. It's something of great value. Everybody wants some of this, but when they can't get it.
So it's lucky what you're saying is deep, man, because all of our life, they've been saying how ugly it is to be black and black this and that. Nowadays, these women are getting these injections in their lips, man. That's what their lips are getting bigger than ours. Massive big lips. Some of these white women getting tan, looking all orange, proper orange. So, you know what I mean? And getting implants in their bottom and trying to wear certain pants to get, you know, the round bottom. And all these things that they said was ugly. It turns out they want it, man.
Can you understand? I'm sure if you hear what the brother says, yeah? All of these things that they are injecting into themselves, these silicone and all kind of things, which is even breaking out serious rashes and complication in their body. Some of them walking around half decaying because they smell so bad when something started decaying in them. And then this brother is telling you that all that time they were growing up, because we born in Jamaica, we didn't have our racism and thing. We cuss a few swear words and thing after each other. But this color thing, we didn't know about it until I come to England. I've seen so-called white people that have their plantation in Jamaica. But guess what? When we see them, we just laugh. Because they just always look red and look stressed. So when we say, oh, Jesus, fire coal in the van. And when we come to England and realize that the people who are ruling this country, yeah, these people are the ones who are telling you, oh, you are black and you're this and that. It's because they are jealous.
That's right.
I've come across people in this country look at me and say, I wish I had your color. You people never seem to grow whole. Your skin just always look firm. Yes, it is a genetic trait straight from God. Royalty.
That's right.
When
I remember we had these Indians say, yo man, I envy you, man, car. When you man go gym, you get big, man. You can't get big like you. I heard them even say that. That's what.
You see? So what you must tell yourself now, when very few people come out and tell you that, but this is what you must understand. The very few that comes out and tell you, it's God putting it on them to tell you that, look, you are special. Come back to your God. I've even in Gloucester Park, I've been walking to the town center, and a woman from one of the European country come and said to me, can I ask you a question? And I said, yes, you can ask a question. She said, do you know who you are? I said, yes, I know I am. I am of the 12th tribe of Israel. We are the Jews of the Bible. And he said, well, why don't you people go back to your God and just make everything in this earth stop? Me said, these things have to be fulfilled first. So we just have to just go and wait out our time And when all of this the time of the Gentile be fulfilled, then we're gonna put everybody back into their rightful position.
That's right.
Nobody will ever rule over us again.
That's
Our
right.
history says it, God confirmed it, Christ delivered it, and John said it. Mark said it, Matthew
right.
said it. So who are we then that we should still linger around? What are we looking for? Riches of this world? Come on, man. The riches of this world is cursed. Can you see what God gave to the Arabs? He gave them 12 princes and the oil, and it's a curse. That crying child is still crying today with his head on the floor and his ass up in the air crying, and he still have riches and all the things of this world, and he's still crying.
That's right.
Terribly crying. I want you to come and cry with him. And when you don't cry with him, he want to fight you. He want to say all manner of evil about you. But yet still, if you're out there and need a job, he'll never put you in one of his work.
That's right.
Business. If he even see you and you and him live side by side as neighbor, he will never see the rain falling and you walking on the road and pick you up in his car. No. But you get paid today and walk, so you're going to the supermarket. Come on, man, I'll give you a discount. Come into my shop and take up this one, I'll give you a discount. But he will never, ever help you out of your tribulation, because it make him comfortable. It give him something to talk about you. You see what guys are doing out on the road? You see their sisters out there dressing? You don't want to associate yourself with them, you know, because what? They are nobody. They're at the bottom. But yet still in their heart, they know that you are worth more than them in front of God. Right. Not one of them can ever present themselves in front of God and say, take me instead of one of the children of Israel. That will never happen.
That's right.
It's like asking a fowl to give up his feather. He will tell you, no, this keep me warm and this identify me. But you must understand that when God said he loves you and you must come back to him, be not ashamed. Because if you read the book of Isaiah 29 verse 22, it tells you, Jacob shall not be ashamed. Isaiah 29 verse 22.
Isaiah 29 verse 22. Therefore, thus saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not be ashamed.
You see what he's saying? And it's more than one scripture. I tell you, we shall not be ashamed. This go into that we shall not be confounded, nor be ashamed, for we shall not wax pale. What do they call the people who have no pigment? Pale face. Even in the movies, when you're watching this movie and laughing about cowboys and Indian, they always say, see the pale face over there? They will tell that they have no pigmentation. But you being black in this world, they want it to look like it's something oh so bad. It's something oh so disgusting. But they will never tell you. Those people who have genetic recessive disorder are the people who have the serious curse on them. Our punishment, our curse was just slavery and punishment. God did not take pigmentation from us. So we look like something not of this world. Because God knows that even when I'm father school a child, he's not going to take his skin off him. No. Those who you might take a skin off him is that person who's offended his child, he might kill them. But God says, my people shall not be ashamed.
That's right.
If he could not keep this word, he would not have said it. This word is to raise you people up, to let you know that you must separate yourself because you're a special people.
That's right.
Special. Is not everything in this world special. But God says, even in your tribulation, you are still special to him. It doesn't matter what you're going through in this world. Come to this book and see your history. Those who have kept it. You would have not heard about them if this was not written, but God allowed it to be written, and these people have enjoyed keeping the last statutes and commandments. You couldn't want more than Abraham. Even the Egyptian grudged him for his wife, Sarah.
That's right.
How beautiful she was. Look at the black woman when she put on her clothes. She is in slavery and distress. But when she put on a piece of garment, she made that garment look good.
That's right.
And that's the history of our women. When we put on something and we come up with a new style, even though some of those styles are damn disgusting. Wearing your pants below your hip is disgusting.
That's right.
Because if you're going to the book of Acts 19, verse 13 to whatever, it shows you that the vagabond Jews was beaten by this demons possessed man, and he tear off their clothes and they run down the street naked. You walking with your pants below you is disgusting.
That's
but
right.
we turn it into a style, and guess who take it over? All the Pakis.
That's right.
Esau taking it over, and Esau is now even cussing BBC. Right? Esau is even cussing BBC and our records. I'm in the BBC street now and I'm in the street. And what? It's our thing. We're at the bottom and yet still, you know, the bottom of the grave is always nice. They want to go right down to the ghetto. That's where the grave is, right in the ghetto. And they want to take everything. Our style of partying is different from theirs. And I can tell you from experience. When you go to Esau party, you see drugs laid out. You think you're in a chemist or you're in a factory brewing stuff. When you come to our party, you see liquor, you see immaculate dressing, and everybody flashing a different way of wearing them clothes. But you just can't keep your eyes on one person because everybody's style is different,
right.
but unique enough to hold somebody's eyes in the party.
Right.
When you see the sisters and dance, damn, it's more than dancing like a leaf on the wave of the water. They move their body so undulating that they say, oh damn, I could take that sister home if she didn't have a man. Because when you approach her, she said, no, my man is over there. It breaks your heart. But the way she move her body, even R. Kelly, she move her body like a snake, man. Trust me. I would never, ever look at another nation of women and say, my black sisters are not good enough for me.
That's
no,
right.
no, that can't happen. When they dress and pass, you know, man, your head have to turn. Even if you're going to get quick neck, or you're driving, you're going to slow down and look in your mirror because a princess passed you and her dressing is so immaculate and impeccable that you just can't resist looking around. Going down to the perfume or the essence, trust me, we know how to put on our essence and we know how to rock it. So our history is not just some chumped up history that come up like you know, foam and dirty water with foam. No, our history goes all the way back to Christ.
That's right.
When he dressed immaculate. That gold belt thrown around his waist is from the fine gold of Euphas.
That's right.
When you look at his feet, sometimes I wonder if that's why Mary Magdalene was hiling down his feet with that perfume. And the other brothers were cursing about it so they could sell it and make money. But when you look at Christ's feet as if it was burning in a furnace, he's telling you he's so refined. He's so dark and refined that even Songs of Solomon have to come up and say, I am black but comely. Being black is such a good thing, such a beautiful color. It matches up with anything you want to put with it. Sometimes we use a word, we say, oh, this is ambiguous. That means you can use it in any way. Black color, you can compare it almost to something ambiguous. We can use it in any way and turn it into a style, attracting anything that comes close to it. Can you imagine? Black and silver. Nice. Black and gold. Beautiful. That all the other nation, when they build their house, they paint the grill in black and gold.
That's right.
So why would you be ashamed of your history? Being black, being the greatest nation of people upon the earth, that every other nation is rivaling themselves to be of your heritage.
Daniel 10 and 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
Can you imagine that? And if you go to Revelation 1 verse 14 and 15, it said the same thing.
That's right.
Because he was so proud of what he is and the color that he has. He wear the finest gold of Uphaz, and you know that gold black and gold. Right here in front of me, black and gold trim. And it's looking so beautiful. And Christ is so dark that he looked like he burned in a furnace. But when you look at his feet was so refined. His color was so refined. It complements the gold belt around his waist. I am proud to be black. I am proud of my sisters and brothers of the past, the present, and the future. The history of our people goes all the way back to creation. And this is what you need to come back to. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what will protect you. This is what God called you to do. This is your purpose upon the face of the earth, to serve your God, not the other gods of the nation, because all of those gods are dumb.
That's right.
Stupid rocks.
That's right.
They decay. They eroded over time. But our God can never erode it. Our God can never fade away. He even said it himself. He does not sleep or slumber. The God of Israel does not sleep nor slumber. Have you ever seen any of those idols wake up and stretch and say, oh, it's a good day? No. But our God laughs. He's happy. When he's hungry, you know, because the heart tremble. When he's happy, he shower you blessings. Show me which one of those idols. When the pandemic just break out, all the other nations take their damn gods and fling it over in the river and burn them. You will not get that from our God. Because our God stands as the God of all creation. The God of ancient days. And you are the children of the ancient God, the God of the children of Israel. I am proud to say, I will give anything to be back in my rightful position of this earth.
That's right.
That is my history. That is my aim. That is my heritage. Which nation can ever stand before our God and say, give them up because they don't worth it? No. Our God says, if you can measure out the expanse of heaven, he will cast us away from being his children. Which other nation can ever measure out the expanse of heaven? If you can stop the sea from making waves, he will cast us away. Can you imagine that? He put out a decree that the other nation try and will never accomplish. If you can count the sands of the sea and the dust of the earth.
Okay, Jeremiah 31:37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, says the Lord.
It is written. Have you not heard it for yourself? Come and read it with us, and we will show you the understand. The precepts must be upon precepts. Isaiah 28 verse 9. Precepts upon precepts. Lines upon lines, here a little and there a little. The God who loves you says he will cast you away from being his people. If the other nation can challenge the decree, they can't. So God give them something that they will never be able to accomplish. And you are not proud of that? Come back to your history. Come back to the history of your ancestors. Come back to keep the last statutes and commandments, which Abraham kept, Isaac kept.
That's right.
Jeremiah, Isaiah, all of them kept this law and they didn't regret it. And I'm sure in time, when you come and do the same thing, you won't regret it because we have been keeping this and we haven't regretted.
That's right.
Yes, people will stumble because some people just cannot take some changes for too long. But as I say, if you drive a car at high speed for too long, something will give. But you can slow down and take transitional change slowly, immersing yourself into this. We are the living example of doing this. So don't be ashamed. We are not ashamed, and we are here to support and to help you to make this slow change to progress. All the other nations are just jealous of you. So when they say all these bywords and all things like that, they just can't help it because this is not for them. And they know, even though we are a rebellious children, God still loves us.
That's right.
He still set the standard of his request. Can you measure out the heaven or the earth? Can you measure out all these experts? Can you count the sand of the sea? No, because God said it that no nation can ever let him condemn us. No. Yes, we are a stubborn people. Yes, we are a stiff-necked people. As it is said in Jeremiah 30, verse 30. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that taketh counsel, but not of me. Even though we go down into Egypt and we did not take counsel, God still saved us out of Egypt. You see how important it is? How important we are to the God of Israel? We did not seek counsel from him, but we go down. The history of us is a stubborn people. And we can be very stiff-necked, but the God who loved us did not turn against us. Yes, he punishes us. And like any good father, you correct your child for a better person. Just like you scold a child at home, you're scolding him out of the hands of the oppressors. And when that child grow to realize what you are doing, even the social worker tell you, call the police and your parents. When you grow up to realize that your parents are trying to scold you out of the hands of the enemy, then you get to dislike them and come to realize that your father was right, your parents was right. God scolded us because he loved us. And he showed us that, look, what I was saving you from, going to slavery and come back. And I'll still accept you. But I will punish you. We have been punished. We are children of stiff-necked people. But God says, come back to me. Gather yourself, O nation, not desire. If he didn't love us, after he scolded us, he wouldn't care. But because he loved us and continue to love us today, he spare your life. He give you a time of grace that you may look into yourself and try, you do your best to keep these last touches uncommon. That's all it is about. The whole duty of us is to do our God will. That's why those idol gods, they are dumb.
That's right.
They are silly to make something out of your hands and use it to praise and use it as something that you have to pray. You will never hear that thing speak to you. It doesn't matter if you lie down there and fall asleep and sing until you fall asleep and wake up. You will never hear it tell you thanks for your effort. But when you praise your God, the living God of Israel, he will reward you.
That's right. Yeah. Can?
Can, I don't can.
Yeah.
With that,
Hand over to God.
okay.
Hand over to God with the announcements.
Okay. With this, we say we hand over to the God with the announcements.
No, sorry, Christ. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. With the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocations is the feast of Hanukkah. Or Akam and Akaf, check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all I.S.U.P.K social media. If anyone wants to wear troop in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, headscarf. And with that, I mad him. Right face east. We're going to do Lord's Prayer. So it's Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakovka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Ba Shemaya, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalakanawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'a, Sabaya'inawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafapara, La'aiwalamya. Amen.
And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive those. As we forgive our debts. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. The power and the glory. Forever.
So be it. That's fine. Gotta give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Madam Shabbat, I Madam Iraq,
Yahweh Bashim Yasha.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Brakatah,
Yahweh Bashim Yasha Brakatah.
Yajamata, class dismissed.
How was that?